Hi, I'm Old Sneelock. Welcome to another episode of Old Sneelock's Workshop.
It was a tough fight, Ma, but we won. I put wrenches on the thing. I tried to rig up ways to hold the wrench so I could be on the bottom and the wrench would stay in place up on top. Nothing seemed to work. I did come up with this breaker bar bolted to or clamped to a board, and then a clamp clamping the piece of pipe to the rail on the other side of the truck, give it some leverage so it would stay. That managed to actually work, but it still wouldn't come. It still wouldn't turn. It was rusted solid. So I decided the only thing I could do is drill it and break the nut too. I had to spin the nut around so I could drill a hole in the other side. Got to hit both sides there to try and get it to split.
Well, broke the drill bit. Pushed a little too hard, I guess. Probably pushed off center more than anything. It's okay, we got a bunch. Certainly had made a pile of chips.
Well, I drilled out both sides of the bolt, or the nut, I should say. Got into the bolt a little bit too. And I think I split the nut, but the washer's holding it together. So I'm going to try and drill down through that stinking nut, through the washer, get that split, see if I can get this stinking thing out of there. I just got to get it to let go of the threads. I just got to get it to let go. Now, I would think, having put all that into it, it would want to just open up like a banana, but we'll have to see. Well, there's the bolt. Let's see if we can get the nut out. I have a feeling it's just spinning in there. Nope. It's out. My goodness gracious, it's out. Miserable thing. 24 hours with, well, closer to 32 hours with 50-50 on it. I drilled through the nut. Well, it's out. It fought me really hard, but it's out. 32 hours with 50-50 on it. And then I drilled a slot in the nut. There's one. And there's the other. Drilled a slot through the nut. Took a chisel and split the nut, but it had that washer bonded to it. Then drove like the dickens, drove a chisel down in between the slots and spread that nut open, made it lose its grip on the thread, and now it's loose. The bolt is out. I can say I'm down to just one left in the front left corner. I think I'll just go with drilling the next one if it gives me any trouble at all. I tried everything. I impacts and latches and hammers and oil and everything I could think of. Finally, I had to resharpen a drill bit with a different point on it. Instead of the normal, I put a much flatter 135 point on it, so it went down through the nut a little easier. The nut seems to be tough. It's not hard, but it seems to be tough. I snapped one drill bit because it got caught in it, just snapped it off. So, anyways, I bet they're grade 5. At least I would hope they're grade 5.
If they put this thing together with grade 2 bolts and I'm having this much trouble, it's a bad day. There's a cage nut. Good stout nut. Unfortunately, the cage has got so much loose room in it, the nut can spin in it. Not exactly what I would call a good design. There's a cage nut. And down in that hole there is the cage. Now the idea of holding that thing in there while you run a brand new bolt in and out probably is a good one. You know, for the assembly line it made good sense for them because heck, it was easy to get in there. Once you started tightening it, it's just stayed. It wasn't going to go anywhere. But when you look in there, that cage is so darn flimsy. When that nut started spinning, it just pushed the cage out of the way and kept on going. Not pleased with it at all. Well, I could buy another cage nut, but I don't think I'm going to. I don't like the idea, I don't like the design, I don't like anything about it. I have to drill a hole in the bed of the truck so I can get down to it, put a wrench on it, get the stinking thing out of there, Makes me one unhappy camper. I'll get a good grade 5 bolt, put it up through there, put a wrench on the top, wrench on the bottom, kind of like what I did there with that blacksmith apprentice. Third hand. A lot of work.
If you have any suggestions for new video, questions about today's video, or any of the other videos on the channel, just drop a note in the comments. You know I read them all. Thanks for watching.
This video is not to be viewed by anyone under the age of 13 in the U.S. or 16 in the European Union without the express written permission of the parents or the legal guardians of the underage person. Such written permission must be on file at the local government entity in charge of enforcing the rules and regulations established by the FTC. Anyone violating these terms is admitting by default that they hold harmless the owners and operators of this channel. Any and all questions should be addressed to your local branch of the FTC.